Namaste. So this is, I think, 16th of December. It's around 3:50. So the question is, what is your business? Meaning, what is my business? You see, I'm in a different kind of business. Let me share this with you. See, I don't divide life. I believe in a total way of living. I don't believe in partial or fragmented way of living. When I say a total way of living, for me, spirituality is a normal thing, is a natural thing. It's part of the existence, just like the physical laws of nature. What I'm only saying is, there are not only physical laws, but there are also spiritual laws. For instance, the laws of karma are not physical laws. They are also laws of cause and effect, but they are more on a psychological level. They are all related to our actions. So what I always say is, what I always talk of is conscious actions. So my business is, I'm really in a business of enlightenment. Now that sounds very crazy, right? How can there be a business of enlightenment? See, that's what I wanted to tell you, that enlightenment cannot be given or taken. It cannot be part of a service. It cannot be part of a product. It cannot be part of a protocol. It cannot be part of a framework. Enlightenment is a happening. It's a happening. And then, just like the discovery of laws of science. So you discover your own soul. So discovery, like discovering your true nature, that is experiencing your soul, that journey is a journey towards enlightenment. So what I'm really doing in my business is that I am not finding a kind of conflict in business and Buddhahood. There is money, but there is no mindfulness. There is business, but there is no Buddhahood. There is entrepreneurship, but there is no enlightenment. There are numbers in a business environment. You are working with numbers, but you are not bothered about nirvana. You are bothered about dollars, but you are not bothered about Dhamma. So numbers and nirvana, employment, education, entrepreneurship, enlightenment, business, Buddhahood, Dhamma and dollars, I do not find any conflict in them. I want to take them, I wish each one of us take them naturally, mindfully, consciously. So I am talking about enlightened consciousness. I am talking about conscious action. I am talking about enlightened action. The so-called swamis, the so-called sannyasis, the so-called fake babas and sadgurus, they are speaking from their ashrams. They made ashrams, but they are also selling. They are also talking about. There are some babas. They are selling noodles and nirvana from their ashrams. There are some babas, they are selling vibhuti. Can you believe it? Vibhuti, what they say, vibhuti is kind of ash that you burn wood or you burn something, whatever the remains after that thing is burnt, what remains is what is called vibhuti. And they are selling this vibhuti as sacred vibhuti. Can you believe it? So some fake sadgurus are selling fake ash as vibhuti, as some kind of a sacred thing. They are selling what you call colored clothes, like orange clothes, or bhagwa clothes, some kind of prop. They are selling what you call Rudrakshamalas. These are all just props on that path, and what they're calling that path is a path of sannyasa, path of renunciation. They're talking about renunciation, they're talking about giving up things, giving up life, giving up family, giving up business, giving up your society. But when they are building their, let us say, ashrams, they have everything. Their life is cozy. In their ashrams, they have everything. They have ACs, they have all kinds of comforts. Then why are they talking about renunciation? And some Babas, the stories have come out. In some ashrams, rapes have taken place, murders have taken place. Some Babas are charged with murders, some Babas are charged with rapes, some Babas are in the jail, some Babas have ran away from the country. So, I talk of a total way of living. I don't believe in dividing things. To me, science is natural. In the same way, spirituality too is natural. The only thing is their dimensions are different. Spirituality to me essentially is discovering your soul. Okay? The discovery of your true nature. So your soul or your so-called Atman, you don't have to go out, it is there within you. Just like the center of your being. Just similar to center of gravity. It is your psychological and spiritual center. It is for your centeredness. What it is called samyama. Most of the time, we are functioning from our egocentric center. We are egocentric and we are functioning from the ego center. What is spirituality? Spirituality is that we discover our true center and function through that center of our soul. So that is functioning through our being. That is what is called conscious being. And whatever the actions emanating from this being are the actions of a conscious being. So in my business, I am talking about business as well as Buddhahood. So in my business, I am talking about numbers and nirvana. So I am talking of a different kind of MBA. See, there are many streams of MBAs. You can go from A to Z. Probably one day they will be from A to Z. So I am talking about MBA Zen. So when I say MBA Zen, I am talking about mindfulness, business and awakening. All three together. Why business and nirvana have to be separate? Why business and Buddhahood has to be separate? What is the conflict? If you are not mindful in earning money, let us say, if you are not mindful in doing your business, let us say, but the Babas are already doing, Babas have become billionaires, no? Babas are already doing business. And moreover, they are not concerned with anything called true spirituality. They are just wearing props and talking about spirituality. That is not spirituality, but we all know. So that is fake thing. They say, what they say is self-management is the key. Yes. They say if you can't manage yourself, you can't manage anything. It is as simple as that. So self-management is the basic thing. If we are capable of managing our own true self, I'm using the word managing, you cannot manage self, you cannot manage soul, I mean. When you discover your true source, what we are calling Atman or soul, then the rest of the management becomes easy to you. Then it doesn't become a stress management. Then it becomes playful to you, it becomes easy to you. Rest all other managements of your life. Self-management is the key, and rest all managements of life will become easy to us. So that is the difference. The management with general prudence, and management with mindfulness, there is a huge difference. The difference is of functioning from the centers. In the normal management, we are functioning from our ego center. So it's an egocentric being doing actions. And in the soul-centric being, we are functioning from the center of our soul. We are functioning from the center of our being. That is soul-centric action. Then it will be peaceful, it will not be harmful, it will be creative. It will be long-lasting, it will be beneficial. It will be beneficial to you, it will be beneficial to the others. See, all our actions for what? They should have a benefit for us, they should have a benefit for our family, and they should have a benefit for others who are in relation with us. All our connections. It can be your customers, it can be your clients, it can be your suppliers. Whatever connections that you talk of, let's say, in the whole network of things. It can be your social network or business network. So what is needed in those networks is your conscious action. That you are empathetic, that you have heart-to-heart connections. That you don't have mind-to-mind connections, but you have being-to-being connections, you have heart-to-heart connections. That is my business. You get my point? So I am talking about numbers and nirvana, I am talking about business and Buddhahood, I am talking about dollars and Dhamma, I am talking about enlightened leadership. I am talking about enlightened consciousness. I am talking about an action that is emanating from the center of your being. The soul-centric action and not the egocentric action. See, ego is a false self and soul is a true self. That is the difference. And how it can be attained? I told you. From the periphery of a being, the body quotient, the mind quotient, the emotional quotient, and the spiritual quotient. Somebody may say, see, at the level of the soul, why are you talking about a quotient? There is a reason. Because your soul is a subset of the cosmic being. And if the whole cosmic being is what is called Sat, let us say, that Sat is a subset of the Nirvanic being, or call it the Asat, the non-being, the non-existence. We all are part of the cosmic being, and the cosmic being is part of the supreme conscious being, or called the Asat. So if this whole existence is, let us say, Sat, or call it, let us say, being, and that has emerged from the non-being or the non-existence called the Asat. So it is in that sense I am saying spiritual quotient, because it is still a quotient, because your soul or my soul, it is still a subset of the cosmic being. In that sense, it is a quotient. When you reach there, I told you, wave becoming an ocean, the drop merging into the ocean and becoming the ocean. What is left out is only that. All is that. That Brahman, that undivided reality, that undivided, undifferentiated consciousness. You call it pure consciousness, you call it Brahman, you call it whatever. There, where is the question of periphery? Where is the question of center? So where is the question of a quotient? So the question of quotient does not arise there. But it is our journey. So I'm telling you that it is a journey. We have to travel to that point. So I am talking about all actions from our life emanating from that experience, that knowledge. First and foremost, it has to be understanding at an intellectual level. Just like we understand concepts in science and concepts in management. First, understanding those concepts at the level of the mind. So it is an intellectual understanding. So it will be there at the back of our mind. And when we move on the path of mindfulness, one day it will become your experience. Then that experience becomes an existential experience. Then you just throw away all the books. You throw away the Upanishads. Upanishads are there for a reference, for intellectual understanding, like we understand concepts. But eventually it has to be an experiential thing, an existential thing. Just like drop merging into the ocean and becoming an ocean. Just like a wave disappearing into the ocean and becoming an ocean. These are just metaphors on the path of spirituality, a kind of language that is being used. Because it's an inner journey, not an outer journey. So, spirituality is not against actions. Spirituality is not against business. Spirituality is not against numbers. See, Buddhism and Buddhahood, there is a lot of difference. Buddha has nothing to do with Buddhism. Upanishads have nothing to do with Hinduism. You keep on calling Hinduism, 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 it will not help you. You will have to go to the very essence of the Upanishads, what they are talking about. And how to get there existentially. That is true Hinduism. What is the essence of the Hinduism? I have been saying in the other videos, the four Purusharthas, Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. We have to excel at all these. That is the essence of Hinduism. Hinduism is not just saying Hindu, Hindu, Hindu. It will not help. You may wear Bhagwa Kapadas, it will not help. You may wear Rudraksha Malas, it will not help. You may go into the Ganges and you dip and then you throw some Genda fools or the, what fools they are called? The Jhendu fools and Genda fools. You wear Bhagwa Kapadas, you wear Rudraksha Malas, you go into the Ganges and you dip. That is not Hinduism, it will not help you. Many Bandar Babas are doing that. Many fake Babas, fake Sadgurus are doing that. And it will not help you. If Vibhuti means ash, then Patanjali will not write a whole chapter on Vibhuti, no? Vibhuti Pada, there is a chapter in Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Is Patanjali saying Vibhuti means that ash? Can you just think about it like that? Is it that stupid? You mean our spirituality is that cheap that it is talking about Rudraksha Malas, it is talking about ash, it is talking about just wearing clothes and taking a dip into the Ganges? Is it that spirituality? Is it that cheap? Can it be that cheap? You mean the Upanishads are so cheap? No, they're not. In one sense, I say that you have to take the Upanishads very seriously. When it comes to spirituality, you have to take it seriously. In other sense, I say you take it playfully. In a sense, it all depends on our attitude. When we equate spirituality like that, then we are carrying a wrong notion. We are carrying a wrong attitude. We are carrying a wrong aptitude. See, I can keep on chant a mantra, Rama, 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 Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. I can do this for thousands of years. I will give you in writing. Nothing is going to happen. The monkey mind will remain a monkey mind. I can move around a deity. I can move around a mandir for thousands of years. Nothing is going to happen. You are carrying a wrong attitude. You are carrying a wrong notion about spirituality. It has to be essentially your inner journey. You have to look within. You can't look outside when it comes to spirituality. No. It will not help. The monkey mind will remain a monkey mind. So you get what my business is? Are things very clear now? So self-management is the key when it comes to my business. And when it comes to my business and Buddhahood, I don't find any contradiction. It is a total way of living. Living with your true center. With your soul-centric action. So you are living your life with your soul center. You're functioning, doing all your actions from that center. Of course, it is not a egocentric center. It is a soul-centric center. It is functioning from the center of your being. It is functioning from the center of your soul. That is my business. And what I'm saying, eventually in my business, you cannot give enlightenment. You cannot sell enlightenment. If a Baba is giving you a feeling, because I understand they are using the language, the expressions in such a way, they are talking of giving enlightenment like giving chocolate and ice creams. No. When it comes to enlightenment, it is non-negotiable. It's a non-negotiable principle. The question of giving and taking does not even arise. You can share your insights, you can share your experiences, you can share your path, you can share the methods of meditation. They could be helpful, they may be helpful to the other person. The person has to see for himself, because there are many paths, there are many methods. He has to try 4, 5, 10 and see which really syncs with his being, which attunes him. So that person has to try. It goes with a person's nature, right? So for me, Business Sutra, Money Sutra, Yoga Sutra, Kama Sutra, Dhamma Sutra, I do not discriminate. I take them all at par. In a sense, it is evolving in the same space. It is a different quality. So Business Sutra, Yoga Sutra, Kama Sutra, Money Sutra, Dhamma Sutra, I do not discriminate. That is my business. Hope things are clear when it comes to my business. So self-management is the key. If you can't manage yourself, you can't manage anything. And when you manage yourself, it will help you in managing many, many things. So you don't have to worry. So thank you so much. That is it when it comes to my business. Thank you. And at the end, as I always say, Tamso ma Jyotirgamaya. Oh God, move us from ignorance to illumination, from ignorance to enlightenment. Thank you. Shanti, Shanti.